What's going on, everybody? It's Marco here from Marco's Tech Talk, and today we're going to be unboxing slash transferring a build slash installing the H60 water cooler, all in one video here. We're just gonna do it all in one. Basically, we're gonna be unboxing this in the video, and then I'm gonna take the components from the Ryzen 2 build I did earlier last year, around May, I believe it was, and then I'm just gonna put all that stuff in here, and I'm gonna stick the water cooler on in the process, provided it works, which is actually the reason why I went with this case here. It says the Thermaltake Versa H18TG. I'm assuming the TG stands for the fact that it has tempered glass on it rather than a solid panel. Basically, I went ahead and got this one because the other case that builds in currently would just not fit the radiator in it. I played with it for a while. It was just too big, and the case was just too narrow. I even moved some wires around, tried to make it work. It just wouldn't work. So I had to settle on getting a new case. I went with the cheapest option that supposedly officially supports water cooling. So that's what I did here. This is supposed to work. If it doesn't work, I guess I have to get a different one instead. But anyway, this is supposed to work. I'm pretty optimistic about it. And yeah, guys, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up and get the new components in it and the water cooler. Enjoy. So the build is finally done, or at least very close to it. I just have to finish up some odds and ends like cable management, things like that basically, but I ended up not doing as much footage as I wanted to for this video, just because I ran into so many problems when it came to doing the water cooler, and then getting the motherboard out was kind of a pain. It was of the old case. It's kind of actually, this might have actually been one of the most challenging builds that I've ever worked on, actually, believe it or not, as simple as it is. Yeah, it was just really hard to get everything together. So just everything was fighting me the whole way through. So anyway, guys, we're gonna go ahead and put some stuff together, try to make it a little bit neater in here. Throw the 1050 Ti in there, and then go ahead and test it out. I've already gone ahead and actually installed the LED strips in here that I purchased for this case. It's actually magnetic, so it's pretty cool. I'll show you guys a little bit later on in the video how it actually looks when it's turned on, but aside from that, guys, let's go ahead and get this cable management set up and get this thing powered on. And here we go. That looks awesome. That looks really cool. That looks gorgeous. Honestly, that looks great. Other than the sticker up here. Alright, so I figured that now would be a great time to go over the actual performance of the coolers side by side here. So first we're going to have the actual stock Wraith cooler. As you can see here, it did not perform very well in comparison to the new one you're about to see. We hit a max of 72 degrees Celsius here on Intel burn test. This is a test I use pretty often for various tests on my own. I don't really bother with any other tests, honestly, especially when it's just temps. This is really all I use. And now you'll be able to see how this actually compares to the new cooler. As you can see here, there's a dramatic decrease in temperatures, which is awesome. If I wanted to overclock this thing, I could probably really do it and actually have some headroom. Although I feel like in this point, or rather in this case, I feel like memory is going to be, or not memory, my motherboard rather, is going to be a massive limitation as far as what kind of clock speeds I'm going to be able to actually obtain, because it is just a regular kind of run-of-the-mill, I believe it was a B350 motherboard, so it's not by any means going to be an overclocking king at all. I would have had to get something like X370 or X470. That would be a lot better for that. But guys, I'm pretty happy with the way this turned out. Next up, I'll show you guys the RGBs, and that'll conclude the video, guys. Alright, so I was telling you guys I would show you how this computer, this motherboard in particular, handles the RGB LEDs. So this particular motherboard actually has one of those LED headers, the 12 volts and like RGB from there. And the way you get to it in this one is you go into the BIOS, and then you head on over to peripherals, and then RGB Fusion LED strip, and here's where you can choose all the colors that it actually lets you pick from. And that's pretty much it for that. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Please remember to subscribe to the channel, and yeah guys, thanks.